Hello there everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. So today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class World War II Bumblebee, and I do have a soft spot for this figure. I do have a liking for this figure anyway. So let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for this figure. So let's get it on, man, let's go! And here is World War II Bumblebee fully transformed into his military vehicle mode. And it looks pretty good. It's not screen accurate to the vehicle mode that we saw in the film, in the last night. Yeah, but we saw World War II Bumblebee in, you know, with Hot Rod as well in the flashback scene where, you know, they're fighting off in a world war. So, so yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool vehicle mode. Wish it was more screen accurate to the one, but this one doesn't look bad, you know. I don't know why people are hating on this vehicle mode. It still looks good, you know. It's the same thing with Blitzwing. So you can see here, you got the turret that's sticking out. Well, that's the hammer. This is the handle for the hammer, but it serves well as a turret, as a cannon, which is pretty cool. I can actually flip up a little bit, flip down a little bit, so that's pretty cool. I do like that. And you can see here, there's a 28-1 number right there on the side, and you do have some nice silver paint for the headlights. Got the red 52 symbol right there, and that's pretty much it for paint. He's kind of bare, you know. I mean, it's all green. It's all kinds of green, and of course, to quote Emgo, visible head syndrome right there, and visible feet syndrome as well. So yeah, not a lot of paint in vehicle mode. It's kind of bare. It's bare. And the buzzworthy this is when my tongue stops working. The buzzworthy version has more paint, has more dirt, has more you know, has more. It's smeared with you know, with brownish paint, I think, you know, making more battle damage, I think. So that one is painted even more, so that's pretty cool. But I still like this vehicle mode. I don't care if it's not painted or what, but I do wish it was painted, you know. Yeah. Now they did reuse this mold for a World War II Hot Rod, and I don't have that figure. I wish I had that figure, but you know, since I already have this one, I don't really have, you know, I don't really need a World War II Hot Rod, so it's fine, it's okay. But if I ever decide to get it, then I'll get it, you know. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, he can definitely roll, and he rolls very smoothly too. Yeah, quite smoothly. Anyway, so he does come with a weapon for himself. He comes with a gun right there. It's pretty cool. I do quite like this gun. Really nice. Got a lot of barrels, nicely painted in silver, which is pretty cool. You got to see there is a post right there, and there is a port right here, and this does store on the top of the vehicle like that. And now he's ready to do some battle. There we go. He's ready to shoot some Decepticons down. So let's move on to some size comparisons. Here is World War II Bumblebee compared with the Transformers The Last Night, aka Studio Series Deluxe Class Cogman, and with the other Studio Series Bumblebees that I've reviewed so far. And yeah. This Bumblebee does stick out like a sore thumb because he's green and the rest of them are yellow and black. So yeah, that's pretty weird. But anyway, so that is pretty much it for the ultimate comparisons. Okay, so I guess we are done with this vehicle mode. So now we shall transform World War II Bumblebee into his robots mode. So the first thing I would like to do is just take off the gun and put it off to the side. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that this section can actually rotate around. So yeah, that can rotate. Forgot to mention that. Oh, oops. Forgot about that. But anyway, so first thing you want to do, you want to lift this section up, and you can see the hammer is actually stored underneath. And you want to rotate this around so you got the clearance to unplug the hammer and just bring down the handle, and there you have his hammer, which is pretty cool. I do quite like this hammer. Really nicely done, very nicely detailed. But hey, it definitely needs more paint here and there because I don't think this was just this color. I think it was just like yellow and gray. So yeah, anyway, so just put this off to the side for now, and we shall continue on with the transformation. So now you want to untab these panels right here from the sides, untab these panels from the sides, and now you can take this section right here, just untab this, untab that, and just bring this down, bring this up, and that will click into place, and just bring this down, and there we go. So just untab all this, and just bring all this up like so, and you want to flip in this panel, and there we go. So now you want to untab his arms right here, just untab the arms from the legs, untab the arms from the legs, and you want to rotate this around. You want to rotate this around like so. There we go. You want to bring this chest up, slide all this up, and just bring up the head a little bit, and there we go. So now just tab this into place. There we go. Now this figure, the shoulders do not tab in super securely, so do be careful with that. It does come on tab, you know, very easily. Anyway, just flip out the hand. There we go. And now just tab in the outer side. If it didn't do anything, if it didn't blah 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 blah. That's my tongue stops working. If it didn't already do it yourself, anyway, if it didn't do it already, so just, you know, to make sure that that's tabbed in pretty securely. And like I said, this doesn't really tab in super securely. It comes untabbed very easily, so just flip out the hand, and there we go. So now, whoops, see, I told you. Anyway, just fold in the wheels to the back like so. Just fold in the wheels, or on the double hinge, just fold in the wheels to the back like so, and just bring down the backpack like that. And just split this section right here, and just bring this up, flip in the wheel, bring down the foot, and just tab this in just like so, and there you have one leg all done. So the same thing on the other side, just bring this out, flip in the wheel, bring down the foot, and just collapse this all in, collapse all this in, and there we go. So I think, see, I told you. So anyway, so once you have done all of that, there you have the World War II Bumblebee fully transformed into his robot mode, and he looks pretty good. I do quite like him. I definitely like this design for Bumblebee. It's quite new and quite interesting. Very nice. Very cool. I do quite like the fact that he's green, because he's from the World War, so from the Second World War actually. So that's pretty cool. I do quite like this design very much. Very much. I told you that I have a soft spot for this figure. I definitely like this figure. Quite fun to mess with, and quite nicely detailed all around, so that's pretty cool. I mean, the robot mode does look quite screen accurate, you know, to the one that we saw in the film. It looks quite screen accurate. I mean, the chest looks screen accurate, the head is definitely screen accurate, and I'm not sure you can see this, but there is an Autobot symbol on his forehead. Like, right there. Not sure you can see it, but there is an Autobot symbol. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, and just make sure. There we go. There you have an Autobot symbol right there on the forehead. I didn't notice that until I got the figure. When I got the figure, I didn't even notice the Autobot symbol was there. It was like so bare, and I couldn't even see it, but it's there. The Autobot symbol's on there. You got nice blue for the eyes. Got nice sewer paint for the face sculpt. Really nice detailed. I do quite like it. Got some nice sewer paint as well on the shoulders. You know, sewer paint on the arms right there. Got the number 12 right there on his chest. Got the number 10. You got a lot of number stamps on him. That's pretty cool. Some nice green on the thighs as well. All around, nicely detailed. No paint on the shins or the feet. No paint on the feet. Wish he had more paint, but anyway, it is what it is. It's okay. It's still nicely detailed. Yes, he does have a backpack, but it's the back, so why do I care? I don't even care about the back, not even one bit, so I don't care about this, so yeah. Because I don't display my figures facing the wall, so I don't really care what the back looks like anyway. So yeah, anyway, the articulation. The head is on the ball joint. It can rotate a full 360. He can look up that far. He can't really look down. The shoulders are on the ball joint. It can't rotate a full 360 because this panel is in the way. So unfortunately, the arms can move in and out. He does have a bicep swivel. He does have a ratcheted elbow joint. Oh my gosh, and it's about 90 degrees of bend. Now there's no wrist swivel, but the hands can definitely move inward due to transformation. That's pretty cool. And you do have a bit of a waist swivel right there. The legs are on the ball joint. They can move up and far, can move back. They can't really move back because of the backpack. So I mean, if you can move this up, they can move back pretty far. So that's pretty cool. And he can't really do the full splits. You know, the legs can move out that far. You do have a little bit of rotation above the hip. There we go. And you don't have a thigh swivel. Wait, actually you do have a thigh swivel, but it's kind of tight. Yeah, it's kind of tight on you, and it makes the leg pop off. So the thigh swivel is there, but it's very tight. So I can't really move the thigh all that much. It does pop off the leg very easily. So, and you do have a knee joint, slightly under 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and that's pretty much it. You can't really do much of the foot because it's locked into place. I mean, you can actually move the foot up a little bit, but you can't really move it up too much. So yeah, you don't want to break the figure anyway. So, but yeah, he's not super articulated, but it's you know, he's decently poseable. He's decently poseable. So now you can actually hold his, blah, 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 my tongue stopped working again. You can make Bumblebee hold his weapon, so just make him hold his hammer. Just slide this in, slide all this in, and there we go. He's holding said hammer, which is pretty cool. And of course, he can hold his gun, just put it into his hand, and there we go, and he is ready to do some battling with the Decepticons. Anyway, hey. There's a natural stopping point for the hammer, so, because, you see, this section right here is a bit too thin, too skinny, so when you slide this all the way in, this doesn't hold that well, so you have to slide this up a little bit so it will lock into place. So yeah, there is a locking point for the hammer, so yeah. Anyway, so now we shall move on to some size comparisons. Okay, here is World War II Bumblebee compared with Cogman from the last night, or Studio Series. I mean, it's the same toy. So, let's move on to the next set of comparisons. With the off-road Bumblebee from the Studio Series line, with the Volkswagen Bumblebee from the Studio Series, with the 2007 Camaro Bumblebee, with the old Camaro Bumblebee, and with the last night 2017 Camaro Deluxe Class Bumblebee. You can see how they scale with one another. And of course, this Bumblebee is shorter than this Bumblebee. So, I guess he got a growth spurt after he scanned the Camaro. Anyway, so that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class World War II Bumblebee. And you know what? I really like this figure. And I know, because he has a backpack, but you know, I don't really care about the backpack, so I only care about the front, okay? I only care about the front. I don't even display my figures facing the wall, so I don't really care what this looks like. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, the backpack looks terrible, but I don't really care for it. I don't mind the backpack. It's just like, you know, he's having extra back, you know, having extra shield, you know, to shield him from the battle. So I guess he can use that backpack for that, you know. Hey, it is what it is. The robot mode, I do quite like the robot mode. It's quite new, quite interesting. Very interesting design for Bumblebee right here. Very green instead of yellow. So you know his past, you know, he used to be green before he became yellow. So yeah, pretty cool. The vehicle mode looks pretty good, even though it's not screen accurate. I do quite like the vehicle mode, and there's nothing wrong with the vehicle mode. I will say there's nothing wrong with the vehicle mode. It looks good. It definitely looks more World War II-ish. So yeah, and I do quite like the hammer. I like that. I like that option, and you got the gun right here, which is pretty cool as well. So yeah, all around fun figure to mess with. Really interesting, very cool to have in your collection. So as far as ranking World War II Bumblebee from a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'll just give him a fair a 7.5 out of 10. So yeah, he's pretty decent for what he is, you know. He definitely needed more paint here and there, and definitely he needed more articulation, like for the ankle tilts and some wrist swivels. But other than that, he's still pretty cool. Actually, no, not 7.5 out of 10. I'll just give him an 8 out of 10. There we go, 8 out of 10. So he's pretty good. He's pretty good. So. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are completely new to blah 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 blah, this is my tongue starts working again. So if you are completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you know when my new videos are up and ready. And you can always check out my Studio Series Reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed, so I'll post a link to that playlist in the description down below as well. And you really like the World War II designs, if you want to get this figure of your own, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for any availability for this figure and other figures as well. So I'll post a link to that website in the description down below as well. So, and I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class World War II Bumblebee. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out.